We strive for peace across the Taiwan Strait, for the well-being of our compatriots, and for the rejuvenation of our nation.
Major development, a warning. Is Taiwan next? Iran just stood up to the United States, and now it may be doing something even more dangerous. Let's dive in. Because for the first time in history, Iran is trying to control who passes through one of the most important waterways on Earth, the Strait of Hormuz. And here is the part no one is talking about. If Iran gets its way with this, if it can restrict access, charge ships, and control global routes, what's stopping China from doing the same thing in the Taiwan Strait? Now think about that for a second. The United States is tied down in the Middle East. China is stepping in as a peacemaker, and one of the world's biggest shipping lanes right next to Taiwan could suddenly become the next pressure point. So this isn't just about Iran anymore and the dangerous precedent it sets. This might be a preview of what China could do next. Hindustan Times reports of what could be China's strategic move next.
We strive for peace across the Taiwan Strait, for the well-being of our compatriots, and for the rejuvenation of our nation. We ensure that the future of cross-strait relations is in the hands of the Chinese people themselves.
The Taiwan Strait will no longer be a focal point of potential conflict, nor will it become a chess piece played by outside world. The Taiwan Strait will be a strait connecting kinship, civilization, and hope.
Is the next global flashpoint already igniting because of President Trump's critical blunder in Middle East negotiations? Has Trump's Iran victory deal with Xi Jinping paved a dangerous path straight toward a potential Chinese invasion of Taiwan? China accelerates Taiwan war preparations as she masterfully plays Trump like a chess piece on the geopolitical board. Taiwanese opposition leader's rare visit to China signals she's calculated endgame to undermine island defenses from within. Will Trump sacrifice Taiwan's security to thank China for helping extract him from the Iran conflict quagmire? China had appeared as a key power broker in the push to achieve a US-Iran ceasefire, positioning itself as a behind-the-scenes influencer in the region's fragile diplomacy. While Beijing was not the primary architect of the deal, it played a notable role by quietly encouraging Tehran to engage with Washington and consider the proposed two-week pause. According to a Wall Street Journal report, the move was partly aimed at earning goodwill with US President Donald Trump, who has publicly suggested that China helped bring Iran to the negotiating table. China's outreach is closely tied to its economic interests, as Tehran remains a major supplier of discounted oil to Beijing, despite Western sanctions and market volatility. The report also hinted that President Xi Jinping may be hoping to use the crisis as leverage to shift the focus toward China's long-standing position that Taiwan is a breakaway province of China. This comes ahead of a crucial summit between Donald Trump and Xi Jinping scheduled for May, which is expected to address trade tensions, technology restrictions, and the Taiwan question.
But is Taiwan next? The Taiwan Strait is a crucial maritime choke point with over 50,000 ships passes through annually. It handles roughly about 30% of global maritime trade, and recently it handled nearly half of the world's container fleets passes through this area. But what is mostly concerning about Taiwan with China is chips. No, we're not talking about money. We know we call money chips from time to time, but not that chips. No, not that chips. Not America's favorite type of chips. We don't want to eat any chips. We're talking about this type of chip. Semiconductor chip. What I'm about to reveal in the next minute or so will definitely shock you. But before we get there, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, because this is one of the best ways you can support independent journalism to bring you news that mainstream media are not focusing on. Please and thank you. Now let's connect the dots. Once one country tests the system, others are watching. Now let's put things into perspective, because this is where things get serious. Right now, Iran is not just fighting the United States. It is testing control over the Straits of Hormuz and route that carries roughly 20% of the world's oil. And reports show Iran already restricting access, forcing ships to ask permission and even charging toll to pass through. That's a big deal, because for decades global trade has been built on one key principle: free navigation. No country gets to own international waters like that. But if Iran can challenge that and the world accepts it, even temporarily, that changes the rule. And this is where China comes in. The reason Iran stood up to the United States that could pave the way for China attacking Taiwan is because they've always been like this. It's pride, peace, and patriotism. And they've also been a tough nation that bows down and backs down to no one, irrespective of the sacrifice that it may cost them. And this changes everything, because the world is watching, Pyongyang is looking, China is regrouping, and now we're entering into a multipolar world where the changes of the guards are shifting from one global superpower to the next, while they build alliance, as Times Now World reports.
Pyongyang is no longer isolated, it is back in play. As China's top diplomat lands on North Korean soil after nearly 7 years, this isn't a routine visit, it's a strategic reactivation. Behind the red carpet, optics lies a far sharper reality. Beijing and Pyongyang are closing ranks at a moment when the global order is already under strain. The timing is not accidental, it's calculated. This is not diplomacy, it's alignment. China and North Korea are now openly committing to deepen cooperation and tighten strategic communication. Strip away the formal language, and the message is unmistakable. The old alliance is being reforged for a new geopolitical phase. As Washington prepares for high-stakes talks with Beijing, China is locking in its leverage, starting with Pyongyang.
China is watching all of this very closely, not just as a partner of Iran, but a global power with its own strategic choke point, the Taiwan Strait. Now imagine this scenario. If Iran can say, pay to pass or ask permission first in Hormuz, what stops China from saying, you want to sail near Taiwan, you deal with us? And remember, China doesn't even need a full invasion to apply pressure. Just controlling access, just restricting movement, just creating uncertainty. That alone could shake global trade and isolate Taiwan. And here's what makes this timing even more interesting. While the US is focused on Iran, China is gaining diplomatic points, being credited for helping with the ceasefire, and at the same time strengthening ties with North Korea. So while one crisis is happening, another potential one is quietly being set up. Not through war, but through control. And that's the shift we might be witnessing right now. And now it's over to you. What is your view? Do you believe that China attacking Taiwan or invading Taiwan is imminent? Or do you think it's just geopolitical posturing and they're making friends, watching what's happening in the global stage, and perhaps one day China will take over? Write your comments below. Let's have a discussion about this. Let's just have a debate. So I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and I shall see you on the other topic.